Good afternoon, guys. In today's video, we will talk about From Hello to Harmony, Managing Across Cultures, Word by Word. So today's video will be focused on new vocabulary relating to management across cultures. So let's get started. Let's start with leading questions. What are the advantages and disadvantages of a multinational company adapting its management methods to the local culture in each country in which it operates? And second question, to what extent is the culture of your country similar enough to those of neighboring countries to have the same management techniques? Or do they have very different attitudes to work, hierarchy, organization, and so on? If so, what are these differences? Okay, so answer to the first question. Better employee motivation and performance. This is one of the advantages. When management practices respect local values, employees feel understood and respected. This increases motivation, loyalty, and productivity. For example, adapting leadership style to cultures that value teamwork or hierarchy can improve cooperation. Improved communication and fewer conflicts. Cultural adaptation reduces misunderstandings related to communication styles, decision-making, or authority. This helps avoid conflicts between managers and local staff. Stronger local reputation and legitimacy. Companies that adapt to local culture are often seen as responsible and respectful employers, making it easier to attract talent, negotiate with local partners, and deal with authorities. Greater effectiveness in decision making. Local management methods often reflect how people prefer to solve problems, manage time, or take risks. Aligning with these preferences can make decisions faster and more effective. And here we have disadvantages. Loss of consistency across the organization. Adapting management practices in every country can lead to fragmentation. Different rules and leadership styles may weaken a shared corporate culture. Higher cost and complexity. Cultural adaptation requires training, research, and local expertise, which can be expensive and time-consuming. Risk of inefficiency or reduced control. Some local practices may conflict with the company's global standards for performance, ethics, or accountability, making it harder to maintain control. Potential internal tensions. Employees in different countries may feel they are treated unfairly if management practices vary too much from one location to another. And answer to the second question. So example, United States and its neighbors. The United States shares some similarities with Canada, but shows more significant differences from Mexico. Similarities with Canada. Both cultures value individual responsibility, efficiency, and relatively flat organizational hierarchies. Managers are often approachable and employees are encouraged to express opinions. Time management and punctuality are important in both countries. Because of these similarities, many US companies can use similar management techniques in Canada with only minor adjustments. Differences with Mexico. Hierarchy. Mexican organizations tend to have clearer hierarchies, and employees often expect strong leadership and direction from managers. Communication. Communication is usually more indirect and relationship-based in Mexico, whereas US management favors directness. Work relationships. Personal relationships and trust play a bigger role in Mexico than in the US, where task orientation is more dominant. Decision making. Decisions may take longer in Mexico due to consultation and respect for authority. Because of these differences, US companies operating in Mexico often need to adapt their management style significantly to be successful. And here we have short conclusion. Adapting management methods to local culture offers clear benefits in terms of motivation, communication, and effectiveness, but it also creates challenges related to cost, consistency, and control. While neighboring countries may share some cultural similarities, important differences in attitudes toward hierarchy, communication, and work organization often require multinational companies to adjust their management approaches rather than apply a single global model. General concepts: cross-cultural management, managing people from different cultural backgrounds. Multinational or multinational company (MNC) is a company operating in several countries. Global versus local strategy. Centralized management versus adaptation to local conditions. Cultural diversity, the presence of different cultures within an organization. Intercultural competence, the ability to work effectively across cultures. Cultural awareness or sensitivity, understanding and respecting cultural differences. Management styles. Hierarchical management, clear authority levels and top-down decision making. Flat organizational structure, few management levels, more autonomy. Participative management, employees are involved in decision making. Authoritarian leadership, strong control and limited employee input. Consensus-based decision making, decisions reached through group agreement. Communication styles, direct communication, messages are explicit and straightforward. Indirect communication, messages are implied rather than stated openly. High context culture, meaning depends on context, relationships, and nonverbal cues. Low context culture, meaning is conveyed mainly through words. Nonverbal communication, gestures, body language, eye contact. Face saving, avoiding embarrassment or public criticism. Attitudes to work and time. Work-life balance, balance between professional and personal life. Task-oriented culture, focus on results and efficiency. Relationship-oriented culture, focus on trust and personal connections. Punctuality, importance of being on time. Monochronic versus polychronic time, doing one task at a time versus multiple tasks. Decision making and responsibility. Centralized decision making, decisions made by top management. Decentralized decision making, authority delegated to lower levels. Risk taking, willingness to take chances in business. Accountability, responsibility for decisions and results. Managing cultural differences. Cultural adaptation, adjusting practices to local norms. Standardization, using the same practices worldwide. Cultural clash, conflict caused by different cultural expectations. Cultural misunderstanding, misinterpretation due to cultural differences. Cross-cultural training, preparation for working in another culture. Useful expressions for essays. Management practices must be adapted to local cultural norms. Cultural differences can lead to misunderstandings if not properly managed. A one-size-fits-all approach is rarely effective in the international management. Successful managers demonstrate cultural flexibility and awareness. Okay guys, so it's time for some exercises. Match the words with their definitions. Match each term from 1 to 6 with the correct definition from A to F. Power distance, cross-cultural management, hierarchical management, high context culture, work-life balance, and cultural adaptation. A. Managing people from different cultural backgrounds. B. A culture where meaning depends heavily on context and relationships. C. Adjusting management practices to local customs. D. A system with clear authority levels. E. The degree to which inequality and authority are accepted. F. Balance between professional and personal life. Here we have the answer key. So 1 is E, 2 is A, 3 is D, 4 is B, 5 is F, and 6 is C. Exercise 2. Fill in the blanks. Complete the sentences using the words below. Direct, participative, face-saving, multinational, and egalitarian. In an culture, managers treat employees as equals. A company operates in several countries. In some cultures, communication is preferred to avoid misunderstandings. Management encourages employees to share their opinions. Public criticism may be avoided in face-saving cultures to protect an employee's. Exercise 2. Correct answers. 1. Egalitarian. 2. Multinational. 3. Direct. 4. Participative. And 5. Face. And the last exercise as for today's lesson, choose the correct answer. Circle the correct option. In a low power distance culture, employees usually A. Never question managers. B. Expect clear hierarchy. Or C. Feel comfortable expressing opinions. A task-oriented culture focuses mainly on A. Personal relationships. B. Results and efficiency. Or C. Long-term trust. Cross-cultural training helps managers to A. Increase salaries. B. Avoid cultural misunderstandings. Or C. Eliminate hierarchy. Exercise 3. Answers. 1 is C, 2 is B, and 3 is B. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and add your lovely comments. I'm always looking forward to seeing your comments. In the next video, we will be talking about managing across cultures and we will have a little shadowing session. So please stay tuned and I am wishing you Happy New Year 2026. Thank you once again for watching. Please subscribe. See you tomorrow. Have a lovely day. Bye bye.